So Arizona is a new fragrance that was launched by the designer duo of Proenza Schouler, a brand that's hardly spoken about in the fragrance community. So this is a new fragrance exclusive to Saks Fifth Avenue. I'm going to review it for you, and you're also going to have a chance at winning one of 5 samples if you are a subscriber from the USA. All coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. If this is your first time on this channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, lists, interviews with perfumers, participating in giveaways, and still haven't subscribed to this channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. And that's right, Proenza Schouler is a brand that's probably never or hardly spoken about in the fragrance community, and they just launched a fragrance called Arizona, this one right here, that's exclusively sold at Saks Fifth Avenue stores. The fragrance comes in 2 sizes, a 50 ml which retails for $100, a 90 ml which retails for $130. The concentration of the fragrance is Eau De Parfum, and the perfumer behind Arizona is Carlos Benaim and Loc Dong of International Flavors and Fragrances. Now, if you don't know who Carlos Benaim is, he's a very, very famous perfumer. Recently, he did a fragrance for Frederic Malle called Music for a While, but he's known for fragrances like Polo and Polo Supreme Oud for Ralph Lauren, Flowerbomb for Viktor and Rolf, and YSL's L'Homme Libre. So a little bit about Proenza Schouler. I didn't really know much about them. I knew it was a duo, but the brand was founded by Jack McCullough and Lazaro Hernandez. So it's 2 guys. They're New York City designers, clothing designers, women's wear designers, and accessories, and they have an accessories and women's wear brand. They launched in 2002, and the name Proenza Schouler is derived from the maiden names of the 2 designers' mothers. So Proenza is the maiden name of Hernandez's mother, and Schouler is the maiden name of McCullough's mother. So that's the brand, and I'm sure you probably even haven't heard about the brand, and if you have, there's not much talk about perfumes from this brand because this is their very first fragrance, Arizona. Now, the fragrance features the notes of Orris, white cactus flower, jasmine, orange flower, solar accord, musk, and cashmeran. Now, the notes I took from Proenza Schouler's website so that we got the notes correct. Now, the fragrance sprays on slightly ozonic, slightly aquatic, and earthy. Immediately, Orris kicks in. Orris is the major player here for me in this fragrance because you do pick that up. It's powdery and earthy at the same time. And then you start experiencing more of that earthiness, the ozonic solar accord. That's pretty dominant here. Now, the 2 combined together come off very earthy and dusty, and it's called Arizona after all, and I visualize or I picture Arizona to be a very dusty, dry, warm place. The fragrance is warm and cold at the same time because I think that what they've done is trying to capture the fragrance. I visualize Arizona as being desert, most of the state being desert-like, so I'm visualizing cold and warm at the same time because my knowledge of deserts are that they're pretty hot and warm during the day and they're cold at night. So the fragrance does come off like that. It's hot and cold. It's definitely also dusty and dry. So if you like the dry kind of a fragrance, dusty, I think the dustiness comes from the powderiness of the Orris, and then the Orris also adds a little bit of creamy touch in addition to the powderiness. Now, the fragrance comes off also very much like lipstick to me. So if you like that lipsticky kind of vibe in a fragrance, this one's one for you to try. And I think that's because of the Orris that's present in the fragrance here, which I mostly pick up over the other notes. But the musk does appear in here. It is pretty musky with the Orris and the solar accord. And then the cactus flower does come in as well. The cactus flower does come up pretty big, and that actually adds this more of a, it's a kind of flower that doesn't have too much of a smell, which actually kind of like complements the Orris in here and makes it a little more prominent, makes the Orris more prominent as well. But there's slight touches of jasmine, and of course the orange flower does pop through as well. So it does have this like light dusting of white flower touches to the fragrance. But then again, this is mostly about the Orris. the Solar Accord and the Cactus Flower. And then of course, as it's drying down, it becomes musky, which kind of is really cool because the fragrance, if you're gonna categorize it, it's more of a savory fragrance rather than a sweet. And the sweetness comes from both the orange flower and the jasmine. Other than that, the other notes in here are not too sweet. And it's just a light touch of sweetness, which is perfect because after all, they're going after this dusty, dry kind of inspiration from the state of Arizona. I think that's what they're doing, but I could be totally wrong with the inspiration. But when they call a fragrance Arizona, I think they've captured it pretty well here. The sun, the solar, the cactus flower, the orris, the dustiness is all present here in Arizona. Now this is, after all, a ladies targeted fragrance, but guys that are confident can totally pull this one off. Guys or men that are into Orris or Iris would love this one. It's definitely the big player, the major player here. And also guys that like perhaps like ozonic, slightly aquatic kind of fragrances that this would appeal to as well. So if you're curious about it, I highly recommend you go try it. Order from the Saks Fifth Avenue .com, a link I'll have in the info box, or if you have a Saks Fifth Avenue close by, go check it out, test it. I think it's just a matter of taste if you're going to like it or not. It does lean more feminine, of course, but I didn't have any problem wearing Arizona. I find the notes and the fragrance to be quite easy to wear, even though it's got a pretty big dominant lipsticky kind of a vibe in the fragrance from that orris note. So yeah, go check it out. And in the meantime, if you don't have a Saks Fifth Avenue nearby, we have one really close here, San Francisco Saks Fifth Avenue, that I go to quite frequently because I live 5 blocks away from there. But if you don't have one near you, you can have your chance at winning a sample of Arizona. If you are a subscriber of this channel, all you have to do is put a comment down below and let me know what your favorite thing about Arizona is, if you've been there, and also if you haven't been there and or you're curious to go to Arizona, why do you want to go there? Please put that comment down, and also please put your state where you live, and make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do that, and good luck with the giveaway. And also, have you tried Arizona? Are you curious to try it? Do you know the brand Proenza Schouler? Let me know your thoughts, put a comment down, let's get a conversation started. Also, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.